In a small village surrounded by majestic mountains, there lived a young man named Jack. He was only 24, the age of strength, dreams, and ambition. But behind his ordinary appearance, Jack carried a silent battle within. His mind never stopped. Thoughts came like endless waves, one after another. Painful memories of the past haunted him, while fears of the future chained his heart with anxiety. The more he thought, the more exhausted he became. At night, Jack tossed and turned, staring into the darkness. During the day, every step felt as if he was carrying an invisible burden. He had forgotten what a genuine smile felt like, forgotten the peace of a restful sleep. His friends noticed the shadows in his eyes, but Jack could never put it into words. It was as if he lived in two worlds, one where his body performed the routines of daily life, and another where his mind was drowning in endless thoughts. Deep down, Jack longed for one thing, a moment of true peace. He didn't know where to find it, but he knew one thing for sure. He could not go on living this way forever. Change had to come. One afternoon, as Jack sat by the stream, still lost in his restless thoughts, he overheard villagers whisper about a faraway place in the hills. There lived an old man, once a renowned psychologist in the city. All his life, the man had helped countless people overcome suffering and find peace in their minds. When old age came, he left behind the noise of the city to live quietly in a small village surrounded by nature, sometimes offering guidance to those patient enough to seek him out. That story lit a spark in Jack's heart. For the first time in many weary months, he felt a glimmer of hope. Maybe he can help me find the peace I've been searching for, Jack thought. The idea grew so strong that he set out on the journey, not knowing how hard it would be. Day after day, Jack walked through rocky paths, dense forests, and steep slopes. His legs ached, his shirt was soaked with sweat, yet the desire for an answer kept him moving forward. After many exhausting days at last, as the evening sun painted the valley gold, Jack saw a small house covered in vines, resting quietly in the mountains. His long journey had ended, and a life-changing meeting was about to begin. As Jack approached the little vine-covered house, he felt an unusual calmness in the air. On the porch, an old man with silver hair sat silently, eyes closed, lost in his own stillness. His face radiated a peace Jack had never seen before. Just by looking at him, Jack felt a wave of serenity wash over his restless heart. Jack stepped closer, bowed respectfully, and spoke with a trembling voice. "Sir, my mind is always restless. When I think of the past, I feel sorrow. When I think of the future, I feel fear. I cannot sleep well, and I no longer remember how to smile. I long for peace. Please show me the way." The old man slowly opened his eyes. His gaze was deep yet gentle. With a soft smile, he said, "You have come to the right place. If you truly seek peace, I will give you a small task. Let your own experience guide you, for the answer does not lie in me. It lies within your own mind." Jack's heart raced. He didn't know what the task would be, but something inside whispered, "This moment will change your life forever." The old man rose slowly and led Jack to the small yard. On a wooden table, he filled a glass with water, right to the brim. He handed it to Jack and said, "Take this glass, walk to the end of the village and return. But remember, not a single drop must spill." Jack froze for a moment. The task sounded simple, yet one wrong step would ruin it. He drew a deep breath, held the glass carefully with both hands, and began to walk. The village road was crowded, children playing, dogs barking, merchants calling out to customers. But Jack paid no attention to any of it. His eyes stayed fixed on the glass, every step deliberate and cautious, as if the entire world had disappeared except for the water he carried. Villagers watched curiously but did not disturb him. They knew the young man was learning something important. When Jack finally returned, he exhaled in relief, holding the glass up. "Sir, I did it. Not a single drop spilled." The old man smiled warmly, his eyes glimmering as if he had been waiting for this moment. Jack's heart pounded, knowing the true lesson was just about to begin. The old man asked, "You walked the entire road. Did you see the children playing? Did you hear the barking dogs, the merchants shouting?" Jack shook his head in surprise. "No, sir. I noticed nothing. I was only focused on the glass. I was afraid if I got distracted, the water would spill." The old man nodded, smiling gently. "That is the secret. When your mind stays in the present moment, there is no space for fear, no space for confusion, no space for restless thoughts. Peace is not something you must search for outside. It has always been within you, waiting for you to realize it." The words struck Jack like a bell ringing in his soul. He realized he had been chasing illusions, clinging to the past, fearing the future, all while forgetting that peace had never left him. It had only been buried beneath endless thoughts. With tears in his eyes, Jack bowed his head and whispered, "Sir, now I understand. If I want to calm my mind, I must keep it here, in this very moment." The sun sank slowly behind the mountains, painting the sky in gentle gold. Jack left the little village, but he was no longer the restless young man he once was. For the first time in his life, there was a quiet space in his heart.